Rutherford. Where would he be at Martha's Rest? Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancy silks stained red.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. You remember Ivan's stew, right? So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed master...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone.
I've never been one to play fate, so...
A fried mortress of skyworm. Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what...
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can...
You do that.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I think Nan might be in
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cut. She'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight and short. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do, which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps...
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. They were in the atrium when I last...
Lawsman Harpocrates.
The young man did a wonder.
That's actually why I'm here.
So the fabled Sandbricois dead. Now, Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the...
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady... I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that's...
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, Clive. And do...
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
Lady Karen,
Not nearly as foul.
you're doing good trade then.
Cat, what exactly? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affection.
Just... all right.
Are you?
All I know is that someone in...
And what? You believe it? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of, but that woman is no more.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No. I reckon you've got better things.
Of course. I spoke with Lady Karen.
What?
That the rumors were unfounded. Along with some other things. And while it sounds like she may have done things she...
Oh, well, I knew Nan wasn't caught up. But why would people say she...
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, I'm going to that trader. He said that, so that's where I'm going. Al?
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh, but that's why...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of scales.
No.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't...
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them.
Just like Miss Middledol showed us.
Miss Midadol?
Because that's the only way to become...
Miss Middledol said, the best way I see...
Well, then your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself. The heavy...
You three need to learn to take responsibility. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Every piece has its own role to play, and if even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces. The body. This is called the arm.
You're right. It looks more like...
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid?
I'll think about it.
hold things. So wait, maybe...
Good thinking. These round parts are called the pan.
I do. Molly used... But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. But what if I wanted to weigh goop?
Probably not.
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. Which... This tiny piece is what's called...
I have. Miss Mirabelle's dungeon is...
She puts them in all her inventions.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried...
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's... So, let's put the pieces together first.
Not a bad idea. So...
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me...
Well, obviously you need to start with the body.
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you... And then the arms hold the pans.
Very good. Ah.
Yes!
Well, with...
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was...
That's right. We're Miss...
Her hairs.
Yeah. Hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now.
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Mirabelle and Miss Shirley.
You hear that?
Until then, though...
Hey, look!
You don't think Sid forgot about it?
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own.
There's a storm coming, Sid. Will there be...
Well,
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to see how they work.
Oh, no,
Thankfully she won't. Although I was the one who ended up teaching them.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I shall see that the children are properly...
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why...
She told me it was because her studies had been interrupted by events in camp.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. To anyone else it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost... But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people...
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yota is a fine scout. If Campbell was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentleman of the town guard.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I've found someone who says he's heard the...
Have you?
Go on.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever... Says the more swords and spears she puts in people, and the more war being waged. And who will they all... Why, the good...
And you've seen this Reaper...
Aye, you'll find her right here.
Here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not... But it'd be a bolder man than me that... Feeling bold, traveler. Now, if that's all...
Sorry to have kept...
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places.
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the...
All right, but...
You too, Goots.
The finest cell sorties. Fuck! How the hell did
What a mess.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands now.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might...
It was a fairly unconvincing... So...
That's up to die a slow death, boys. He's on...
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen. Get him! All yours, Torgal! Attack! Torgal, kill! Sick! This one! All yours, Torgal! Down, Torgal! Sick! Go, Torgal! Torgal, kill! Down, Torgal! Get him!
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his mate, he only wanted that bull of a manservant. You weren't even supposed to.
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to... I was only supposed to point the lamp in the... Then you turned... Well...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goods.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty...
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them up!
Well, that, for they are not lies. Every...
Goose.
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay...
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very existence... Goots, was it? Only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you... Or I'll...
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And as though it was just... I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But what was it we called you?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Goots, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this, miss... So, you remember what you told me when we lost an eye for an eye? Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. It's an easy going through life, one eye shot. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same route. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, so I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. But he crossed a line, dragging pug. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all me hat, but...
Well, if he does, let's we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the Wet Legs... Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway.
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Fates seem bent on driving me from my inn. But if they want me out, they're gonna have to try harder.
My lord Marquis, it is you? Then I am Sebastian
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha, tasked with learning what I am able, and what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, the gears of governance have grabbed the realm, threatens. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several...
Alas.
I have lost... They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these...
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here has seen something.
Mummy?
The gentleman of the town guard.
Anything I can interest you in? An excellent choice. Here you are. My thanks. Fare you well.
Good girl. Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your mark, so you can start by giving us all the...
I already told you.
Then maybe we'll...
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master. If you kindly...
Or you can go back to your garrison and...
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visits.
Stay down! Over here! Over here! All yours, Torvald! Attack!
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republican Army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to...
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local... His men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more. And his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free. Only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so...
What of the Fist Central Command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan heading... you won't mind if I...
Not at all. No. If he was bound for Oriflamme... There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me.
I'm not. I'm looking...
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to...
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. I was on my way back from the old capital when...
Bandits.
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell...
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all.
I thought I told you to make for the...
And stand by, as ill might befall.
It's just Clive, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen...
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even the market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it.
Rockford, if you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the...
I shall return to Northreach, but allow me to thank you for...
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago. Those things I said before.
So many were injured.
I always have time for you, Clive. A welcome turn of events, but... And while Philippe is a good man, there are so many questions. Thousands remained in the capital. We will not be discouraged, though. Do be careful, Clive.
To the meadows, then.
That's what the captain said.
Over here!
Socrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers.
Spider! All yours, Torgal! Get him!
Quiet. This must be our way, then. All right. Let's get this over with.
Kill!
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back. I see.
The rest's location affords a... Speaking of which, I received word from...
I only happen to be in the right place at the... They both seem to think the realm's prosper.
I am afraid that Grim... Storm is in crisis. And we must work...
As it is mine.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So,
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback wyvern liver.
Wyvern liver. Now then, let's hope these grand old chefs of yore... And here we have it. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption.
And rightly so. Is there any...
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of...
I didn't mean to make things... I just thought...
Aye, well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be worse off. You've always been me right eye, and I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble.
Well, I will.
Buy your big fine. Play.
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But he'll need to start looking out for himself. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back. Just like...
Of course.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into town?
Will we ever see the sun again?
Mindless though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the free cities is not to be trifled with. We must proceed with caution.
Canva's walls will not hold the Akashic horde for long. We can only hope they hold it for long enough.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw it.
Clive!
Here you go.
Think you can help?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All done?
Over here!
Caution, bro.
Time to fight.
Get him! This one!
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it. The echoes have a will of their own.
Get him! This one. Ogle, kill! Sick 'em! This one. Over here! Sick 'em! Get him! fine hound. Attack! Over here!
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Get him!
I do. Where are you off to now, then? Bound for the Free Cities, perhaps?
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Thank you.
Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. We got here in time.
Over here! Go to him! Get him! Go to him! Get him! Go! This one! Go to him! This one! All yours, Torvald! All yours, Torvald! Stay down! This one!
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers.
Another survivor. Where is he?
His wounds were too deep.
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe thanks to you. You seem familiar.
You must have me confused with...
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there. In Cosnis when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bet...
And what of my ill will? Coward!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it.
My oath!
I know how hard they are to keep. Would you...
No. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw.
Man.
I am nothing like you. Just know that I will fight.
You will regret not killing me when you had a chance, Sid. I will avenge my master.
Go, Tor! You're finished!
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Here, take a look at my wares. Anything else? A fine choice. Go safely.
Feel like I fleshed.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it. Like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Umielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is... Is that blade for hire,
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade. That a dread Evis are aggressive beasts, compelled as they are to acts of violence.
How do you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged... Bring me that beast's skin and I will...
All right.
Of course you will. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovany, I eagerly await your safe, and above all...
Beneath the flood, yes.
How are those new boots treating you?
You! Finally.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would have...
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept the answers I seek lying. Would you do an old man a kindness?
Climb the stairs
and memorize some courteous soul is... Three of them, to be precise. Oh, I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed, namely, the otherwise undocumented origin.
I can't promise I'll remember everything perfect.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the...
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the skies turned.
It has indeed.
Thank you for the deal, Ed, mister.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Not a scratch on them. These hides will fetch a good price.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the...
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
It's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like...
How are those new boots treating you?
The engravings were in good repair.
Oh, would that I could have... Come, don't tease me now. Let's start.
Guardians of the Crystal. The first stones of... I'm pretty sure that...
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this... But whatever could have driven the engraving...
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone, or...
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs and tape. This is proving most...
Children of the Hunters. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive 3 engravings. 1 Guardians of the Mother Crystal, Wanderers from across... Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! For years, I have pondered the mysteries of Tabor's founding. Would that I had made the journey as a younger man, when stairs held none of their terror.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches will bring down the price.
Good girl.
Yeah!
Mistakes.
Caution, brother.
All right. Thanks, girl. Old he may be. It looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. Sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide.
I worried you might never... Oh, clearly my trust in you was not misplaced. Join me as my honored partner.
I don't plan on making a habit of this.
Very well. Do not allow me to keep you from...
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under siege?
Let's go.
Yeah! Are you sure this is the right way, bro?
Be safe. You're on my side, Total.
All yours, Torval.
This one.
Get him.
This one. Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy? Come on.
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
Let's go. This might take a while.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry. Sounds like thunder.
You're late. I was starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother, Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Hey?
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled?
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants' District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things. They've been routed. They're wearing Waluda armor. Go, Torgal! What happened to the Royal Army? There's nothing but monsters here. Jill must be busy. All right.
Get him!
All yours, Torgal.
Well done, Torgal. This is the Agora, where the city's leaders gather. There may still be survivors inside. Where are they? These creatures. Does Ultima's reach extend this far? What the hell is going on?
Where is your master? What does he want?
This
Over here!
Get him! This one!
You've caused quite the commotion. But then I would expect no less from you, Muthos.
You again. I don't believe we've been introduced. You were in my family's crypt. And now you're here. With an army of Akashic thralls.
Manners, Lord Rosfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
What?
And they are all that remains in this once raucous city.
You'll pay for what you've done.
As you wish. I confess I have been very much looking forward to this. Pardon me this indulgence, Your Majesty. The vessel shall not be spoiled. I am Sleipnir of House Harvard, and you will yield. Or not. As long as you don't hold back.
Trick.
Fuck. You will forgive me if my performance seems uninspired. It is just that I expected so much more from our chosen one. Perhaps this will kindle your flame?
What now?
A gift from my liege lord's armory. Gungnir. Watch closely, Mythos. Yes! Yes!
Let's try.
Still my beating heart!
Get him!
vessel is strong. My liege.
Clive!
You're all right.
As are you, I see.
We are, yes.
I'm sorry, but we couldn't save them.
It was over before we arrived.
Well, you did what you could. I fear we were all too late. What's wrong?
Nothing. I hope.
Leaving so soon, Mythos?
It's the king.
Indeed. You may kneel before Barnabas Tharm, Warden of Ash and King of Waloed.
Get back.
Wild and impetuous. I expected more of the boy who bested my Lord Commander. Yet I see why my master covets you so. The power within you, Mythos. The potential.
Stop calling me Mythos.
But Mythos is everything. The cornerstone of all creation. The Lord's vessel. Your purpose.
My purpose? To surrender my mind and body to that thing. No, Your Majesty. My purpose is my own. I made a promise to my friends, to my people. And nothing is going to stand in my way.
You would allow this delusion of free will to bar your path to greatness? Truly, your volition is a cancer. One that must be excised.
Try it.
All the rest.
Joshua!
use it as a crutch. Such a waste.
Will he be all right?
The phoenix can mend flesh, but the spirit must recover on its own. I'm afraid the rest is up to him. This place is remarkable. Outfitting it must have been no small feat. But why go to such trouble?
That beauty's belly's filled with wonders the world ain't ready for. If the guilds caught wind of what we were up to, they'd all want a piece. All right.
And how is he? Do not blame yourself. He was barely breathing when you brought him here. We would have lost him if it were not for you.
No. Barnabas may have severed nigh every sinew in my brother's body. But he made certain the wounds were not fatal.
Nigh every sinew?
Allow me, your lordship. Don't know what I was thinking, putting you to the trouble like that.
'Tis no trouble carrying comestibles to my ailing nephew.
I know, but you've already done so much for us. Pouring your gale into the hideaway and now the ship. I don't want to take the piss.
You risked your life. And for what? Some girl you hardly know. Why'd you do it? You not mad or something?
I wouldn't go that far.
Clive!
You're awake, my boy. Oh.
All I want to do is help. And the world won't save itself. It was Sid. Your father, who taught me that.
Sounds like him.
Don't you dare do that again.
What of the Royalists?
Fucked off, the lot of them, along with the galleon. With the king on board, no doubt. The Iron Hair wouldn't sail without him. Clive. Jill didn't come back.
What do you mean?
She kept the king busy while the others dragged you out.
It's all right, Mid. Jill is fine.
The ether of her icon endures. And as long as it does, we can be certain she is alive.
We must pursue the Black Galleon. Jill will be with the king, I'm sure of it.
Well, good luck catching him, because my ship's going nowhere. It's the Mithril engine. She's got a kick like a wild chocobo and a mind to tear the hull in half.
But you have an idea.
Well, of course I do. My dad'll have seen this coming a league off. If I had his old writings...
If you had his old writings, you'd be sitting under a fuckload of rubble. The ones Otto didn't save anyway. I suppose he might still have a few pages in his stores.
We'll have to hope it's enough. Do what you can to ready the ship. I'll speak with Otto.
In your condition, you really are mad.
Perhaps. But the world really won't save itself. Right. Gav said that Otto might know something.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've tomes of plenty to guide you.
To what do I owe the honor? A Sancthornian, dear. Should last you a good while. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that should do you. Not my best work, but it'll do. Anything else?
Let me tell you a story.
All right.
Them rumours wet legs were spread. Might be they weren't just tape. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me... And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies. Stabbed my every client. But then one day... said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and...
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started, and all without aiding or abetting any outlaw. Told me about his plan to topple the Mother Crystal. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the... And that's when he had me. And the rest, as they say, a dozen years on, and I'm still not the But I can say, you've all shown me there are...
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best that, grey lump. No. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
If it's knowledge you seek, we've...
help? I know my letters.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are...
Clive, where the hell is everyone else?
They're all right.
You lot don't do things by up, but at least everyone's still... Now, as for these writings, I'm sorry to say, Clive.
Sitting under a pile of rubble.
But we were able to save a few bits, and the more personal items we gave to the next of kin.
Then I'll check the workshop.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Come again. I may have more for you.
if Amber and the Lazarus are gone, do you think Mid's ship will ever sail?
This looks like it's from Sid's old diary. I'd better keep looking. What do we have here?
We've had no word from Canva for days. Please tell me Mid is all right.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's. Sid's best invention. So Sid hid something in Mid's first opus. But what would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Master Sid, have you seen His Highness the Prince? We were to dine together, or so I was going to suggest. Before he vanished, that is. I suppose now I'll just have to ask the Bard.
Well, possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what opus? That girl's unless you mean the orchestra. Couldn't have been more than what, 11, 12? It would surprise us all. Not least her. What's that battered old box had to do? I think Sid may have hidden some. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the...
How are we supposed to do our duty when the hills are...
Cole said it was an army of Akasha. What will happen?
I didn't break it. Well, I didn't break it.
What didn't you break?
Nothing. We definitely didn't break... It's from... Except... See?
And you had nothing.
Nope. We just wanted to listen to... So we pressed all the buttons. Like this. See?
All right.
Did you break? Can you fix...
No, I mean... There.
You fixed it! Sid fixed... He more than... Yeah.
They started playing when I removed this. Well, don't look at me. I can tell you, Sid showed it to me once and said it was... Let's just hope it's the stuff ships are made.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams.
Just the two I was looking for.
Aye, aye.
Actually, yes.
Dion left.
Unless you've another word for stood up and walked up. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before...
No, we're not the Prince's keepers.
I'd rather he did so in bed. His wounds are much like yours, I suspect. Otto told me what happened in Canver. What?
Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to...
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails. I have to get back.
Who's that sulking over there by the lift?
He's a surly soaker.
Sid?
Vaguely.
I'm afraid so. I fear the soil here does... However,
I can't wait to...
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards. With Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temperament. The Fire Witch... I believe that by grafting a Morble vine to a Morganbeard, the appendage's wealth of vigor... The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. That is correct. As for the Morble, I fear ordinary may not suffice. Why, a notice concerning this very...
How timely.
Well, I shan't keep you any longer. I know you have much to do. Those who encountered this Morble in Rosaria claim it was as large as a house. Think of all the ether it must have consumed to attain such a prodigious size. Its vines will be bursting with untold vigor. Those who encountered this Morble in Rosaria claim it was as large as a house.
The realm's crops are all being...
Sid! Heard you were in Canberra fetching young Ned.
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone...
She can't kick. Glory to Griga.
What's happened?
Tyre's busy working herself into an early grave.
since the arrival of... I've tried offering to see to him. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary. Will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers, if that's what it...
I know better than to order Tyre to do anything.
Thank you.
Well, Tyre, Rodriguez worried about you. We all admire your dedication, but...
I will. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. It won't be much longer. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them...
How would tears help?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy.
You wouldn't. There must be something.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kind. You do well to remember that,
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
Clive! Quick look.
Always something in there.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
All right, Clive. Blackthorn told me you helped him out again. Speaking of which...
Worried about him?
Afraid so. It's a bit of a funny one, this, but I saved this posh knob while I was out, so obviously I show it to Blackthorn thinking he'll be impressed. Don't try as I might, I can't for the life of me work out what... And seeing as how Blackthorn opens up when you're...
I'd speak to... Well...
Cheers, Clive.
I'll be sure to pay him a visit as soon...
All right. I'll meet you by the forge.
What will it be today? What is it that you wish to learn? Cole said it was an army of Akashi.
Bloody hell, Clive.
That remains to be seen. August tells me he showed, and that the sight of it clearly upset...
Come on, mate. Bottling it up ain't gonna help. If it weren't the ring...
It brought back some unhappy memories.
Memories of what?
There are things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn.
And sometimes it doesn't.
Don't be like that.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. That ring he flashed was... We apprenticed together.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I?
Ain't seen him in decades, and the last of the ring brought it all back. I could tell Bastard's improved, though. More than I thought possible.
So it was a nice ring. Worth a few gil, mate.
It matters, because engraving metal's a nightmare, and I've got no bloody idea. The fact is...
So what?
I'm the Hideaway's mastercraft. I'm not stealing a living at some backwater. My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords... As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my up because the curse breakers deserve better than second, and I refuse to be...
Very well. Why don't we go and pay him a visit?
I doubt he'd be too happy to see me.
Then just this once, swallow your pride and focus all your energies on the task of keeping the curse breakers armed and armored. Provided you can do that, you'll hear no complaints from me. But if you can't...
What'd you say, Blackthorn? And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic. So, where do you reckon old what's-his-name is, then?
In Dravost, my old village.
Dravost, eh? That rings a bell. Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravost as soon as you can, and I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
Good luck with that. Ride the wind. Anymore, could it? All right then. This one. Kill. This one. This one. Nice try. That was definitely anything but ordinary. Now, let's get this vine back to the yard.
3 cities under siege?
Kicked out already?
No.
Why are the gates closed?
Chief's orders. Not that I'd have let you in anyway. I suggest...
That's what I'm trying to... Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snot?
No.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing?
Well, it was meant to be... I'm here to see Zoltan, you fuck...
All right, just...
Yeah, I promise I won't throw the first...
Go on, then.
Much obliged.
So this is Dravosht. Not much going on, is there?
It's a smithing town. When I was a lad, you'd have to shout. Clive, you're good with people.
Hey, you ain't backing out.
There's a river of bad blood. But if someone...
All right.
I appreciate it'll be near the forge on the hill. It was our master's.
Forge on the hill.
Good luck.
But if we can't find the forges...
Good day. Here you are. Farewell, traveller.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames...
Pardon the intrusion.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it to keep the gates closed, I tell him. You're not welcome here.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you...
He's travelled a long way. He's waiting.
Then I suggest...
Didn't you, apprentice?
So what if we...
Fuck! We're these bear as flames and...
We're never going to be able to fire up the forge.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so... Oh. And if you're struggling, that prick knows he's not wanted here.
All right.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back?
Let me guess.
As a personal favour.
Well...
There'll be no talking him round.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, what turned the village against?
I left. Dravoj, there are two kinds of smiths in it. My kind, who are in it for the love, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dark, and the other kind, who are in it for people like Zoltan, who the kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and there wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throat, bit by bit. But you would have torn Dravoj in half had it gone on.
You didn't have to do...
Zoltan's a bad chief than I. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravosh prospered until the crystals run out at any rate.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, he saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with what...
You know what I mean, though, right? What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the luck. Clive, Dravosh won't last long without zone. Do you think the way I see it?
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us, and you'd be throwing it away.
All right, this place was your home. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. Let this be another step on the Dravosh will show the world. Wouldn't you agree, Augur?
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans?
I know I'm off by it. I'll be needing some help. Building a furnace isn't exactly us a favour, and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two.
All right.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. I need leather for the bellows and nothing else. Luckily for us, salamanders.
Time for a spot of hunt. Come on. Run like the wind. Let's make this quick, shall we?
All yours, Torval.
I dare say that would be enough for a decent set of bellows.
What's this all about, then?
Don't know. Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Right then. Time for everyone pulls their weight. We'll be...
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it...
You know what this means?
Sorry about earlier. That thing you built us is... an honest to God, you saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. What is it?
Pit coal cinders. After that there was my answer. Chuck it in our secret for yours. I've always envied, since the day I became chief. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap. But is it any wonder I hate...
The cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first.
Well, you know what they say. Or if these things take time. Especially when they involve two. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his... I reckon he's going to be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us?
See that you both do.
All right. It'll be an...
These things are going to take some getting used to.
Bloody hell. How is it staying so hot without a crystal?
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Come, my children.
I know you're all afraid, but now is not the time for...
No use calling Ambrosia now. Run like the wind. Time to fight. Rodrigo could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls. Thanks, Gal.
Get him!
Hold on! Kill!
Hopefully one will be enough. Rodrigo will... Gentlemen.
Yeah, well, we did the whole village, turned everyone except...
Oh, but that reminds me.
Pick Gold Cinder. How'd you come by it? And you're sure...
I'm sure.
Huh. Yeah. Every time you put on mail, there's no greater honor for a smith. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness. And if that helps save even a single life... What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got...
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you, Pep, but I'm grateful. Oh, now. Where was I?
Ain't got the art to tell him how similar they are.
A little healthy competition should...
You're not wrong. It's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let by. No use grumbling about it. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy.
So, what'll it be? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. And how am I meant to do that, then? That it? Fine.
He's a surly soaker.
Sid,
Here.
What an amazing specimen. When I successfully... It is just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken to the blight. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would be...
I'm glad I could...
You've not only helped. Do you recall the extract with which... I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invig... You must accept this phial as thanks for...
Sid! Heard you were in Canberra fetching young men.
Miss Shirley.
How can we learn to be...
If Amber and the Lazarus are gone...
Thank goodness you're back.
Is this what you needed?
Yes, it is. I'm loath to give a patient Elysia, but a single dose dulls even the most. It may be a gentle way to die, but I wish there was another one.
How are you feeling?
Light. Mid here.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Daya.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Clive.
I'll see that he's...
The man you helped today, back in the Southern Isles. I was still a child when they shipped me to their tria, but in such blighted lands, I was next to useless.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world.
And the kindness Sid would have...
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends. Something needs, and we need to be the ones.
And we will.
I hope so.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Best of luck out there, Sid.
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. I'd build 'em a new but where would I put 'em? They're just into enough, which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, but there's only so many we can shelter. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less, and that's what I was hoping you might...
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon...
Eastpool. It's been a long time since...
It was a tragedy, and if any of us could have done... But what's done is done. And
I suppose you're...
The blight might be pressing in, but there's just one... A band of cutthroats have made it their den. Nasty bastards they are, too. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full, fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more Guardian...
I do. Eastpool was one...
And I know the men. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade, and I dare say he's got some ideas.
Of course. All right, Sir Wade. Let's hear your plan. So Wade.
And you, Lord Rossfield.
I spoke with... She tells me you have plans to free...
That's right. I rather fear my men have been treading on her... And then there are the bearers. Men, and we need somewhere to settle them.
As can I, which is why I agreed to...
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send that...
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there. A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow...
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the... You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and make sure I'm not...
I can't ask you to bear all that...
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, I shall summon my men...
Shall I wait for you?
No need, my lord.
All right.
We shall see you there.
Just walk in here, kill him.
We will leave Eastpool now, or face the consequences.
Over here! Get him!
That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes to... Any more surprises?
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching? I thought you were keeping an eye out for Akashic.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashic in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But we'll see Eastpool rise again. Just you wait.
So wait. Lady Hannah is buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Eastpool is in safe hands. Time to go and tell Martha the good news.
There, Sir Wade told me you got rid. What's all this about? Some shape-shifting? On second thought, it'll only give me nightmares of me own.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said there's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't
Did Wade say...
Well, anyway, the poor souls might have made it to it the way I see it. If it's food or lumber...
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to...
How do? That all, is it?
Safe. That's like no chocolate either. Something tells me it won't be easily broken.
Farewell.
Poor beast. There was nothing I could do.
If we're going to do this, well...
Clive, it just so happened...